What is up, everyone? This is Munya, and welcome back to Everything Trading. Today, I bring to you guys the best spike catching strategy and the best scalping strategy for booming crash. So I'm gonna show you the step-by-step process of how to install this strategy and how you can use it for spike catching and how you can use it for scalping. All right. If you're new to this channel, please make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you are notified each and every time I post videos like this. I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss an update or an upload on any of the strategies that I teach right here. Okay. Also, you can free to join my Telegram channel with over 5,000 traders in there. The links are in the description box below. And if you don't have an account and you want to be trading what you are trading right now, if you want to be making these types of profits that you see right here, make sure you click the links in the description box below to sign up for an account, and you'll be able to get the broker that I'm using, which is fast withdrawals and all favorable trading conditions. Okay. Also, at 1,000 subscribers, like I said, everyone is going to stand a chance to be in the VIP group for free, right? So make sure you are part of the first 1,000 subscribers. So click that subscribe button today. Okay. Without wasting much time, I want to teach you guys this strategy. I want to teach you guys this strategy, and the first things that we want to do is obviously talk about the settings, and then we can then move on to how to use the strategy for spikes, and then we'll then move on to how to use this strategy for scalping, right? So I'm just gonna remove everything that you see on my charts as usual, so that I take you through the step-by-step process and guide on how to make money using this strategy. Okay, so the first indicators that we're going to need are the moving average. So I'm going to go to moving average, and the first indicator that we want to install is the moving average with period 45, a shift of 0, a method of linear weighted, apply to typical price, and then the color, you can choose any color of your choice. I'll choose pink, then save, then done. Right, and as you can see, we now have a pink line. And then the next indicator that we want to install is also a moving average. It is a period of 35. It has a shift of 0, method of linear weighted, apply to typical price, and then I'll choose the color blue, then click save, then done. And then the next one is also a moving average. It has a period of 15, shift of 0, method linear weighted, apply to typical price, and then I'm going to click on done. And then the last indicator that we want to install for our main chart is the Bollinger Bands. So I'm going to go to main window, then look for Bollinger Bands, and these Bollinger Bands are going to have the following properties. So we're going to have a period of 1, a shift of 0, deviations of 1.0, apply to previous indicators data, and then the color black. You really have to remember this indicator because it is going to act as a support and resistance for our spike catching and for our scalping. So make sure you put a color that you're going to remember. Then I'm going to click on done. Okay, guys, I posted this strategy a day before yesterday, and make sure you go watch that if you really want to progress in your trading journey. So make sure you check out the previous strategy because it is super powerful, and I'm sure it's going to help you in your trading journey. Okay, let's just continue on installing these indicators. Now we want to move to indicator window 1, and the first indicator that's going to be in our indicator window 1 is the RSI, and this relative strength index indicator is going to have the following properties. So we have a period of 12, apply to close, and then we have the following levels: level 50, level 15, level 85, level 70, level 5, level 95, level 100, right? And then one of the most important parts is knowing the styling. So make sure on the styling you click or choose the color of your background. So I have a white background, so make sure you click, I chose white. If you have a black background, make sure you click on the color white, on the color black, right? That matches your background, such that you can have something like this as soon as you install the RSI. Okay, and then we're gonna need to put more indicators in this indicator window one, and these are the same indicators that you find on your moving average on your main chart. So this is the moving average and the Bollinger Band. So I'm just going to quickly go through them again because they are just the same as the ones above. So I'm going to go to indicator window one, go to moving average, choose 45, the same order again, color, save, done, same thing again. We're gonna need 35, done. The next one was a 15, right? So these are the same as the ones on the main window. So don't worry about it. That's why I'm moving really fast. Done, done. Then lastly is the Bollinger Bands. And same settings again, then done. So we've completely installed all the indicators that we need for this strategy. And what's left now is knowing when to buy and when to sell. So I think I'm going to start with the spike catching side, which is the most interesting side, I'm sure. But it needs you to be attentive. It needs you to be following settings and conditions correctly. There's a lot of patience that you'll need, right? So the first thing that you need to look at is your zoom level, right? So this is the smallest zoom level that we have, right? And we are going to move one step up. And this is the zoom level that we are going to use. So basically, we are going to be using the second smallest zoom level, right? So now you're going to go to your main window. And on your main window, you're going to be looking for one thing. You're going to be looking for a price action. You're going to be looking at price action. And basically, you'll be looking at your black line and checking what it's doing with the price, right? So your main focus is going to be on this line. I'll talk about why we need the other indicators, but your main focus is here. That's your main focus because that's going to act as your support and resistance. So as you can see, price was falling like this, right? And then we're at a point when our price crossed to be above this black line. This is a key point. Let me just highlight that region. This point, let me use crosshairs. This point is a very important point. Why? Because we have seen that price has crossed or has bounced on our support zone, basically. So what happens when we see that? We expect price to push up, right? We expect price to push up from that region. Okay? So basically, we are now looking for buy trades. Basically, we want to catch spikes because this is boom 500 and you're in a 5-minute time frame. So all this happens in your 5-minute time frame, and you're going to do what's called a top-down analysis, which means you're going to be coming from higher time frames going down to lower time frames. Okay? And as you can see, since we are in a 5-minute time frame, the next time frame that we're going to move to is the 1-minute time frame. So I'm going to go to my 1-minute time frame. And on my 1-minute time frame, I'm going to look for where I had installed my arrow, where I highlighted to show that that's where my uptrend is going to start from. And once I've reached that point where I did circle with the box, I'm going to look for the last confirmation. And that confirmation is going to be on my indicator window one. Basically, I'm going to need to look and see if my price is below, or if my lines are below level 15. If they are below level 15, as you can see, I'm going to start placing buy trades, right? And as you can see, the market went all the way up from that point with just 2 confirmations. You could have got all these, just shifted this. You would have got all these spikes that you see, right? uh One other thing that you just have to bear in mind is you're going to miss the first few spikes, but then the rest of them you're just going to catch them while it's you, because you're already in the trend, right? So the first maybe one or two spikes you're going to miss them, but the remaining spikes, they're just going to be there for you, right? Maybe let's look for another entry. So we said entries, you look for them in a 5 minute, but you place them according to what the 1 minute is doing, right? So final destination should be your 1 minute time frame from your 5 minute. So right here, as you can see, our price was falling, then something happened with our black line. Remember, you have to keep track of this black line, and it crossed. Price crossed our black line. That's our support. So the next thing that we'll be heading for is up, right? But then you said our entry, you can only find it from your 1 minute. So I'm gonna look for where we marked that trade. I'm gonna look for where we marked that trade, which is right here. And you said our second confirmation comes from knowing that our lines are below the level 15, that our price is below the stage 15. And once it's below that, we know that the next thing is to place buy trades. And like I said, you might miss the first one or two, but the remaining ones, so let's just say you were late, you would have caught all these remaining lines or spikes, sorry. I hope you guys can understand. Maybe let's take a look at crash now so that I don't make this video too long. Remember, our starting point is a 5 minute time frame, and for crash, if you want to sell, it obviously means that you're going to be looking for when our black line now cross from above for our candlesticks to be below something like this region that you see right here, right? So that means that we're targeting that our price will be moving down, right? Because it's coming from our resistance point, right? So I'm going to go to my 1 minute and look for that position, and then we'll look for the last or our final confirmation. And as you can see, we had our lines now above level 85. Basically now, because we're on crash, it's now the opposite. It's no longer 15. We're now looking at 85. And as you can see, you could have caught these multiple spikes all the way down to that region, right? Let's look for another entry. 5 minutes. Here. Right here. Anticipation is once our black line has been crossed and candlesticks are now below our black line, anticipation is we sell. So I'm going to go on my 1 minute, look for that position and look for my confirmation. My confirmation is there. I have all my lines right here, so it means I'm gonna sell. So maybe I will miss the first one or two candlesticks, one or two spikes, but let's say from here I can still sell all the way down. Can you see, guys? So you need to be patient and you need to be practicing good trading, right? You need to be practicing good trading. Okay, now that we have talked about catching spikes, maybe it's now time to move on to scalping. Basically, you're just opposing the trends, and basically it means you're going to be opposing the conditions that you were using for spike catching, right? So but the same procedure of top-down analysis still applies. You start from your 5 minute. This time we are now looking for price to cross to be above our black line, which is right there, or back support, which means we are looking for this upward movement. And then we'll go to our 1 minute time frame and look for that position. Our confirmation still remains that price has to meet at level 15 or below, and anything like that, you are able to make your buy trades, right? As you can see, it then went all the way up. So this is a 2-in-1 strategy that you can use for both spike catching and scalping. Basically, you're going to be opposing the trades or the conditions that you use for spikes when you want to scalp, right? But the same chronology. You start from your higher time frame, top down analysis, going down from your 5 minute, going down to your 1 minute. 5 minute gives you entry, and then your 1 minute gives you the confirmation for that entry, right? If you don't see a confirmation in your 1 minute, you're not going to enter. If you see it only in your 1 minute and it's not in your 5 minute, you're not going to enter, right? They have to happen at the same time, right? So that will be all. If you have any questions, I'll be replying to questions within the first 30 minutes of this video going live. You'll be able to ask anything that you would like. Until next time.